We are doing the big fat quiz of the 80s 2013 edition.
All right.
Now, I don't know. Everybody keeps criticizing us for giving ourselves half points, but still, it's our channel.
It's our channel.
Our rules.
I feel like we have done better than most, even if you take away the few half points that we've given ourselves. We've done better than most, except for the very beginning where we're like 2 points. So, all right, let's dive into this thing, man. I'm ready. I got my pen and my paper.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the all-new Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. The 80s taught me 3 things. 1, that fame costs. And right here was where I started paying. 2, that bird's eye potato waffles were waffly versatile. And 3, the product responsible for 80% of the Congo's GDP was umbongo. Tonight, the only way I could feel more 80s is if I stuck on some Sade, popped on my leg warmers and regained my virginity. It could also work for the 90s. On that cheery note, let's meet our teams. First up, they're the Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan of comedy, but with the added frisson that they're actually sleeping together. It's David Mitchell and Phil Jupitus. She's as cool as a Mr. Freeze ice pop. He's as bubbly as a soda stream. If you're not getting these 80s references, it's going to be a long night. It's Sarah Green and Alan Carr. And sat next to each other, it looks like the ultimate test of the theory that eventually good neighbours become good friends. It's Jason Donovan and Jack D.
So I think only recognize one person off of each of these panels, so I think it'll be a good one.
I think so too, because I think it's kind of cool when you don't have the star-studded panel, because it lets the star in the group shine with their own voice. I think so. I think it makes it better. There's less people trying to talk over top of each other.
I think they're gonna talk over each other, man.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's gonna happen, and I think that they're stars in this country, not in ours. So,
Well, hear me out on this. I don't know anything about the 80s.
You were only alive for 3 years of it.
Very
and
true.
I wasn't alive for any of it.
So let's see if we get any references. Again, guys, we beat 20 or we play second.
Exactly.
All right.
Before we get started, let's have a look at you in the 80s. Let's kick off with Phil. Let's have a look at you back in the 80s. What was going on there?
That was me outside the Hammersmith Odeon.
Well, of course it was you.
I was supporting the Style Council, and Weller, bless him, got my name put up outside.
Porky.
Porky the poet.
You?
That was me.
Wow.
Oh. Back then.
Hasn't changed.
Jack, let's have a look at you in the 80s. What were you doing in the 80s?
I was reading, eating. I was trying to buy a jacket like the one Phil's wearing. I was a waiter for a long time. Don't stare at me. I'm answering your questions.
Imagine you'd be an incredible waiter. You'd be that because they work.
I was
with
a really
tips.
good waiter.
You know, because you're very friendly. A sense of bonhomie, welcoming.
It's off. You can't have that today. People like that. You can have the chicken. No, you can't. I've already said it's off.
No, the opposite of the happy eater, the grumpy fucker.
I feel like that would be you as a waiter.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, no, we don't have chicken today. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
Or I would just say, yes, we do have chicken, and give them something completely different.
Give them pork.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your ears are broken. So is my pen. You know, so we just agree to disagree and eat your fucking food.
Eat your fucking food.
David, let's have a look at you in the 80s.
What?
That makes sense for David Mitchell.
Oh my God. Where is he? Is that the beach? What is that? Is he?
That's the beach.
Is that what they use to get people to send money to him? That's so sad. Anyway,
Yeah,
whatever.
That's what the people in Africa, if you show them that, they will send money.
My God.
You look like me. You look like me. You're not related. Did people throw those stones at you because you look so weird?
Well, let's have a look and see how similar to Alan you look in the 80s.
You didn't know I was Oriental, did you? They didn't mention that on Who Do You Think You Are?
Jason, at the 80s. Let's have a look at you in the 80s.
Oh.
She's lovely.
She is hot, isn't she?
Well, that's definitely me. Acid wash jeans.
Acid washed expression.
Yes. A lot more hair.
And that was back in the Neighbours days, wasn't it?
That was.
What happened to the butch girl that worked in the garage? Now, Sarah used to present Blue Peter.
No, I'm dreading this
in the 80s.
now.
Look at that.
You want to see a mullet? There it is. Look at that.
Pretty good, though.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Yep.
Now, you want to see a mullet? There it is. Look at that.
Wow.
Pretty good, though. So you presented Blue Peter in the 80s.
Blue Peter was only like 3 seasons and then going live.
Yeah, let's have a look at you in action.
Really?
On Going Live. Oh, yeah.
No. Elliot, what's your question?
I'd like to ask Five Star where there's no fucking crap, there's fucking
Thanks very much, Elliot. Nice to hear from you. I'm sure Tammy would have made a lot more sense. Let's move on to line 3.
Sorry about that, I've been drinking.
I think that looks like Michael McIntyre in the back there.
You're right.
God.
That is Michael. No, that is Michael McIntyre.
Is it?
His yes, because his
my
mum
God.
worked. She knew someone who worked on this, so that is
Oh my
Michael
God.
McIntyre.
Is that the most random thing we could have found?
That's weird. Is that David Mitchell sitting next to him?
I had a good 80s. This is how I started the 80s. This is me, I think, in 1980.
I thought you were still being built in the laboratory.
Well, that's how the 80s started. This is how they finished.
Holy shit. He looks like Michael Jackson.
Yes, that's tough. That is. Wow. Only the reflection of the flash in the picture is whiter than him.
So I'm trying to think of a mixture between the laugh of Michael Jackson and Jimmy Carr. It would be like,
It would
like
sound
that.
like a very possessed toy.
Gonna
You
move
know,
on.
like everyone's first girlfriend.
Right. We kick off the quiz with a round about what hit the headlines in the 80s. The miners went on strike in 1984. The government considered banning unions, but decided it would only drive the miners underground. Hang on, isn't that exactly where you want your miners to be? The SAS raid on the Iranian embassy was broadcast live to millions, many of whom were thinking, bloody hell, they've really upped the ante on the Krypton factor this year. Well, it wouldn't be a quiz without questions, so eyes down for the first round. All about the headlines. First question. In 1988, egg sales plummeted and the British Egg Council took legal action against the government. Why? The British Egg Council, they're next door to Lambeth Council.
The Egg Council.
Egg Council? Was there a bird flu pandemic back in the day?
There must have been. I think that's a good answer.
I'm going to stick with that, man. That's a
Let's lock that answer in. What does an Egg Council even do?
That's
Like,
amazing. How do you become a head of the Egg Council? If that is a good or a decent paying job, holy crap. Count me in.
come on.
Oh my God. That's amazing. The Egg Council.
That scrambles my head just thinking about that.
God, needed that.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
here all week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And for our next question, it's over to the High Priestess of Punk, the one and only Toya Wilcox.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, I popped up everywhere in the 1980s, but it was nothing compared to the infamous Michael Fagan. In 1982, he was discovered in a rather unusual location. But can you tell me where?
It's Toya Wilcox there, asking where was
I don't
Michael
know.
Fagan
I've
found
no-
in 1982. It's a bit of a mystery. Do you ever look at Toya Wilcox in her prime? Let's have a look at her back in the 80s.
Nice.
She looks better now, doesn't she?
You see how understated I was now?
Yes.
How subtle my approach to hair
You
was
were
in those
very
days
subtle.
when you look at these girls.
She looks a bit like Snarf from Thundercats. Do you remember?
Yeah.
She so
I
does.
do remember that.
Just saying.
In 1981, the first ever London Marathon took place, but what was unusual about who won?
Will
I got
they
nothing.
won the London Marathon be acceptable as an answer?
that was
Because
not
that is
unusual.
usual to win the London Marathon.
Especially the first one.
That will not
That's an unusual-
suffice as an answer.
It will not.
No.
I've got a mate who runs marathons, and he said the difference between the London Marathon and New York Marathon is the atmosphere. Because in London, if you're trailing behind and struggling, everyone's going, come on, well done, it's nearly there, well done. If you're behind and struggling in New York, people are going, cocksucker.
That makes sense. Yeah. Having
Yep.
been in New York this year and multiple times in the past, that would make sense. Never been to London as of the time of this recording. So
Oh, man.
In the roads, come on. Okay, and next question, we go over to the Goldsmith Community Hall in Lewisham, where some local children are putting on a rather unusual play. Can you work out what 80s news story they're doing here?
Look at this amazing old photo. What is it? It's a fish. It's an elephant. Sorry, I made it as a joke in 1934. I think we should go and look for it. You can use this expensive equipment. There's nothing here. I'm cold. I'm tired. What's that? Sorry, I am a seal.
Was it
Oh,
that they?
do they look for Nessie?
Yeah, that's what it was. I was gonna say either that or the Titanic. Like they tried to search for the Titanic and they only found a seal or something.
Oh
But
man.
hedge our bets on those two answers. How about
Okay.
that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gnats, were they the shepherds?
Okay. Everyone finished? All got answers? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
First up, why egg sales plummeted in 1988.
Because Edwina Curry said there was salmonella in them.
She said on the news, sadly, all the eggs in the world have got salmonella in, and if you even look at one, you'll die. And as a result, egg sales plummeted.
It's a pretty comprehensive answer. What have you for, Sarah?
Well, yeah, we said salmonella. You know, what, you didn't know what salmonella was, did you?
No.
Because you're so young. You thought it was a disco in Hull, didn't you?
So a point for
Wow.
Salmonella. Yeah. Oh,
Wow. Granted, I would have gotten that. There's no way we would. It makes sense now that you say it.
Yeah. And
Like-
even, I don't think there's as much fear these days that eggs have salmonella in them. And if they do, our army have gotten a lot stronger to combat the salmonella. And I've eaten a fair share of raw cookie dough in the past, and I'm still alive to tell the tale. So,
Yep.
screw y'all.
Salmonella. There you go.
Nothing but salmon, by the way.
Nope.
Despite the fact that it's in the name. Just
Yep.
putting that out there.
Fucking scientists.
Toy Walcott asked you what unusual location Michael Fagan was found in 1982. What did you put?
Queen's bedroom.
Queen's bedroom.
Yeah.
Sitting on the end of her bed. But they didn't have a chat, apparently. They had quite a long chat together.
I heard that she was sort of chatting away, but slightly unnerved, as he would be. And then he said, "Have you got a cigarette?" And she go, "Well, I'll ring footman to get one." And that, if it hadn't been for that, he'd still be there.
Yeah, so he was found in the Queen's bedroom. You all got that as well. You're doing marvellously so far.
Never would have got that.
Question number 3. What was unusual about the winner of the first London Marathon? What have you got, Jack?
He didn't know that he was running a marathon.
Are you just chasing a bus?
Well, no one asked him. You know what you've just done.
What have you gone for, David?
You said it was something more unusual than winning the first London Marathon, which is something that only one person has ever done. So I was looking for something that no one has ever done, which is invented a perpetual motion machine.
Well, you're not exactly wrong. You're saying it's something that only one person has done, which it isn't.
Oh, it was a draw.
Yeah, it was a tie.
Oh, yeah, not either. I mean, because that happened, unless they're conjoined twins.
Unless you were there on the finish line, which I was, at the end of the first London Marathon. I was there.
Of course you were.
I was on the line because I was filming it for a television programme. And I was there, and two people crossed at the same moment.
Thank you.
And Sarah, absolutely
I was
right. It was a
there.
tie. Two guys were holding hands. They'd raced all the way and they held hands as they crossed the finish line.
Wow.
Wow. Like it wasn't electronic scoring for the London Marathon.
Wow, that's nuts. So the first marathon was a tie. That's cool. All right, man. Way to be different.
Yeah.
Fun fact, went on to form 118. Lots of things. Okay, all right, well, next question. Finally, we saw children of Goldsmith Community Hall performing an unusual school play. What were they acting out? Okay, what have you got, Jason, Jack?
The invention of foster care.
Oh no. I'm ready for this today.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's still early. It's 10:30 when we're recording this.
That was violence. Love that.
It's Jack D. What do you expect?
I love that. That was phenomenal right there. Man, Jesus Christ. Oh.
I think we need Vic and Bob to come out and do that whole thing with the pipe cleaners things.
Yep, man.
Needs it right now.
What have you got, Sarah, Alan?
The Loch Ness Monster, they were looking for it. Sarah was there.
I know what it is now. I regret our answer. We know what it is now. I know anyway.
Well, we've just said. I mean, what is it?
Yeah, because I was listening, so I know.
What have you got, David?
Search for the Loch Ness Monster.
You're absolutely right. This was, of course, Deep Scan, the failed mission, it says here, to find the Loch Ness Monster.
That said, this was a big week for Hamish's launch hire.
I think the real mission was to up tourism a little bit to Loch Ness. They go, well, we can't promise the weather, but maybe if we say there's a monster.
Well, I think that's wrong-headed, actually. The idea that a monster would improve Scotland, that what it lacks is a monster. I mean, look at Italy. It's a beautiful country. People go to there a lot. It's not monsters. It's for the food and the weather.
Well, the food and the weather in Scotland, we can deep fry the rain. So at the end of all that,
That's part of why I'm looking forward to going to Scotland.
Hell yeah,
It is
man.
part of the trip. I'm just saying. But I would be interested to see if they could deep fry rain.
That would be awesome. What are these? Oh, just deep fried raindrops. Got it. Makes sense. We do get the point.
What? How to get the point?
I said Loch Ness.
Oh, you did. You Loch Ness. Oh,
You got a
point. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
Damn.
Jason and Jeff have 2 points. David and Phil have 3 points. Sarah and Alan have 4 points.
We're
All
trailing.
right, yep, it's all right, man.
We're going to take a quick break. See you in 3.
I that dude that broke into the Buckingham Palace. Heard about that, and I just didn't know that was in the 80s. That's kind of crazy. And how the dude that broke in just decided to talk to the Queen. He probably had the most honest talk with the Queen ever, and then just got arrested like a pro. He's like, all right, we're good. But the Queen talked to him. Like, what?
I would have loved to have been like a fly wall for that conversation.
She's like, yes. She's probably all like super charming. He was like, hey, can I just talk about some shit? It's like, yeah, sure. I'm just a queen. I mean, you pretty much arrested for the rest of your life and be in jail. But yeah, we'll have a talk. If that's how much the conversation with the Queen's worth, there you go.
I would love to see if that would be possible with King Charles III. Probably not. Probably have more security in there than the 80s.
Probably.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. This round is all about the music of the decade. In my teens, I had the whole Duran Duran look. Big hair, the jacket with the rolled-up sleeves and the shoulder pads, and boy, did it work with the ladies. No, it did not. Bands like Guns N' Roses...
I remember when he did the When I Lie to You of Jimmy Carr, like, he revealed he lost virginity at age 26. Which, no, not him for that.
No, that's just like, I mean, he had to get out of the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
That was just too all over the place, man.
Yeah, some people are just late bloomers. That's just how it is.
There you go.
Yeah, not shaming him, just saying.
It worked with the ladies. No, it did not. Bands like Guns N' Roses, Poison and Motley Crue came to prominence in the 80s. They were known for their hard drinking, promiscuity, big hair and loudness, like Loose Women but with guitars. Big hair rock bands were the coolest guys in the 80s. I'd have given my right arm to be in Def Leppard.
Oh, shit. Oh, not too soon, but still, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ugh.
What there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
God.
He just marches to the beat of his own drum, Jimmy.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's a joke about music that I get.
Okay, right, it's about music of the 80s. First up, we're going over to one of the decade's biggest stars. It's Kim Wilde.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, I burst onto the charts in the early 1980s, as did George and Andrew, those nice lads from Wham. But in 1985, Wham became the first Western band to do something incredible. What was it?
Okay, so Wham, something incredible.
Where were they? Russia?
They play in Russia? I don't know.
1980. What would be Berlin Wall?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Where's the controversial place you could play as Wham?
Right. I would openly gay, but then again, the 70s had both Elton John and Freddie Mercury, so that's not it.
In 1985,
Can I the Joker on this round? Because Jason here is
pop music of the 80s.
knows his stuff.
You should be getting all these. Come on.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
You write down the correct answer.
Write the answer down.
How we do it forward?
What exactly has the photographer done to enrage George so?
He still doesn't like to be photographed in certain ways, doesn't he?
Well, he got very annoyed with snappy snaps in Hampstead.
Do you reckon that was a vendetta?
Yeah, straight in there. Okay, next question. Jackson's behaviour became increasingly oddball in the 80s, but what did he attempt to buy in 1987 for $1 million?
A monkey.
I thought did he buy it or attempted to buy?
I'm not sure. I think that's what it was. He tried to attempt to buy a monkey, just a pet monkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it of all the dead Blue Peter pets?
Oh, you heard.
Does tortoise taste like, Sarah? Tell us.
You didn't gather
You
it on
knew.
it.
Did you kill a tortoise?
I might have done.
What do you mean you might have killed a tortoise? What did
Well,
you do?
one of the items was putting in a box for the thing I might have knocked a hammer through. box a little bit too. No, not really. no, but I did.
Sick.
No, I sealed it. I had to seal up and then you put holes in
Yeah,
so
but
it
you
can
didn't put
breathe.
any holes
I
in.
think I forgot to put the holes in. Anyway, so they went to get the tortoise out in the spring, and they lifted up his shell.
Oh, that's
He'd
he's
fallen out of the middle.
Yeah, he's just moved house.
That's what we told.
Yeah.
Here's your next question.
That's messed up, man.
You know what? I didn't know until shorts, either YouTube shorts or anyway, shorts. Tortoises, like you have them, which is the weirdest thing. You have to bury them deep in a hole below like the freeze line, cover them up, and then in spring you uncover them. It's just weird. So weird. Anyway, I learned recently.
I'm gonna need you to share that short with me because
No, it's
I'm like,
absolutely nuts. Yeah. So yeah.
wow. Yeah.
And had a huge hit in the 80s with Oops Upside Your Head. But what was unusual about the dance that went along with the song?
Oh, I remember this.
I don't know.
He's funny, that guy on the left, isn't he?
I think it's very nice of them to take their accountant to a party.
These pistachios are tax deductible.
You don't have to tell me.
Oh! Good, he has a great sense of
Yep.
humor about the whole thing.
Yep.
Hire a new accountant.
And finally, it's over to the Big Fat Quiz newsroom, where Newsround's John Craven has a special bulletin concerning one of the biggest hits of the decade. But
love
which
this.
song is he describing? Over to John.
And finally tonight, a Welsh fire brigade is on standby after a homeless woman was found living in a powder keg. Officials responded to reports that she was giving off sparks, prompting an evacuation of the area. The woman, who appeared a little bit nervous and a little bit terrified, urged emergency service workers to turn around and insisted that there was nothing she could do about her unusual medical condition, which she blamed on a coronary defect linked to solar activity. And that's all tonight. See you again, I hope, at the same time tomorrow night. Until then, goodbye.
Oh, what is it?
Is that shit?
Total Eclipse of the Heart?
I
Yeah.
want to say he said what?
Yeah. Turn around. Every now and then. Yeah. Total.
Good work.
Good, right?
You have to name the song, do you?
Name the song and the artist, yeah. Do you remember you're a pop star in the 80s?
Yeah.
This should be easy.
This question is too easy. I know that because I can answer it.
Right, let's have some answers. Kim Wilde asked incredible first Wham! Chalked up in 1985. What did you put?
Phil says it's Play China.
Play China.
There's a row of teacups with different amounts of water in them.
Sarah?
Drove up into the Great Wall of China.
I'll give you that. I'm actually, if you went there, then definitely that occurred.
Yeah.
Jason?
China. They were the first pop band to go to China.
What is it just to the side?
China, they were first.
Oh, yeah, OK. No,
We're just showing our workings. And,
Very good. Yeah, the first Western band to talk communist China. Everyone gets a point. Well done, you. OK, next answer.
All right. We were close, Russia, but we don't get the point, unfortunately. See, we're not every single time. We're not giving ourselves half a point.
I was Iran or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Not China was not on the list in my head.
Yeah. Nah.
Michael to buy for $1 million. Any thoughts?
Silence.
Oh, good answer.
Ooh.
So you've got
The Elephant Man's skeleton.
Oh, I thought it was his left testicle. I wasn't there.
Jason Jack.
Elephant Man.
Well, I can tell you all right. Michael Jackson did attempt to buy the Elephant Man skeleton. The weird thing about that photo of the Elephant Man, I don't know if you see that, but he sort of looks a bit ridiculous. He's got his top button done up and none of the other buttons.
That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, it is kind of odd.
Yeah. Look, Carl Pilkington's character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
I next you what was unusual about the dance Oops Upside Your Head by the Gap Band.
I think it was a sort of twerking on the floor, wasn't it?
Twerking? You've twerked, Sarah?
Of course, Sarah Green's twerked.
This verb is new to me.
Yes, do you know, I thought it was...
It's to twerk.
It's a Yorkshire verb that means to do a job.
To work.
Yep.
Nice one.
Jason, got this as well?
Yeah, on the floor.
Should we have a little look?
Yeah.
What the? What? Is going to a club and going on the floor at all.
No one ever. No one. Nastiest place in any establishment, especially a club.
Yeah.
Can I just... That's the most unhygienic dance ever. Because you sit on the floor, there's like beer mats, fag ash, rats.
You dance dancing that there were rats.
Covered in shit.
Not at the Lyceum.
Did you do the dance in the 80s? You're all about that?
No, I wasn't all about that. One night I was at the Lyceum Ballroom and people were doing it, so I joined in.
That just sounds like the sort of excuse Slash would give for doing heroin. Everyone else is doing it, so I just thought I'd join it. Is that what you want, Sarah? People just join in with everything.
Certain things you join in, so you wouldn't. You know,
Yeah, that's to ask ourselves about if we were during the war. There are certain people who join in and certain people who wouldn't join in.
Yeah, and the question that we asked of the Nazis, of course, was, oops, upside your head.
Of course, David would say something like that. The most uncool person ever. Which is probably why he's so popular.
I love that. He's just like, could Nazi work here? Let's see. Possibly. When could it never work? It always works.
Nazi jokes always work.
Yeah. Jesus.
Okay, and finally, John caught it on a massive 80s hit. Did anyone work out what it was?
We thought it was David Bowie.
Which song?
Ashes to Ashes. I don't know why.
Sarah, Alan, you've got?
Yeah, we've got Totally Apart.
Yeah. And you've got?
Mitchell here nailed that one to the mast. Boom.
Wow. Let's have a look at the most 80s of all.
We get the point.
Hell yeah.
I think that's all we got this round, but whatever. We got one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special treat for you now. One of the biggest stars of the 80s. It's Annika Rice. How are you? Very nice to see you. And
Hello.
in a jumpsuit, of course.
I was asked to come like this. I don't usually pop around the shops.
I like to think you've been wearing that since 1987.
Sarah is a near neighbour and she often sees me in the
she
supermarket.
runs right past it, just to make really insecure. She runs past dressed like that and then she's, can I come in for gin and tonic, darling?
Nice. So in the 80s, you had Treasure Hunt, massive, 8 million viewers.
I know, it was massive. And everywhere I went, even today, shouts out, where's your helicopter?
Now, what was the weirdest thing you did? Because you did some amazing stuff.
We had to land on a submarine once.
I think we have footage of this. I mean, now there's health and would not happen. Have a look at this.
This is different anyway. How can we land there?
No.
Keith, this is your biggest moment yet.
Look at that.
Can I get out?
What are they thinking?
Oh, bye-bye.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Took balls of steel.
Hell yeah.
On all parties involved.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh, man.
I wish I was half as confident in my life as that helicopter pilot was.
Yeah. That is special dare.
That's nuts. Jesus. All right.
Okay, now what was the weirdest you were looking for? Because you were always kind of hunting for odd things.
Oh, the bit was sort of irrelevant because we were mostly just looking for cards which would lead us to the next clue.
Right.
And then at the end there was some sort of random knob you were looking for.
And that's how we know each other.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, now you've got a question for us.
Oh, I
Go on.
have indeed, right.
sure.
On Treasure Hunt, I spent all my time either in a helicopter or running around being chased by a camera. But what was my futuristic sounding job on the show? What was my title? Job title.
Oh, hello.
Kenneth Kendall used to go, Annie, where are you? Where is our...
There is our...
That's what happened to Sarah, but she's gone a bit weird, and I don't like it.
Change that quick.
No, don't change it.
What are you doing now?
Sarah, you're barking up the wrong tree there, love.
No, really?
Hate to disappoint you. Let's have a look and see what Sarah put. All right.
Not third, and then she was like, tongue was hanging out like Miley Cyrus. I looked down and she's drawn an erect penis. You liar.
Call that erect?
Damn.
It's gone a bit weird, but I like it. Jason and Jack, you've gone for...
Mark was all we could come up with.
We don't know the answer.
Jack?
That's okay.
Sorry.
David, Phil?
You were Kendall's Sky Runner.
Phil, correct.
Boom.
And David.
Right on. Okay, let's take a look at what that's done to the scores. So David and Phil have 8 points. Sarah and Alan have 8 points, trailing Jason and Jack with 5 points. Time now for another quick break. Annika and I are going to head off to the southwesterly direction for the next clue. See you in a bit.
Which way? Okay.
And we're still at 2.
Or side 2. Hey, listen, this is a very low scoring game so far.
Hey, don't you give up hope. We have time to come back.
No, I'm saying for them. I feel bad for them because they lived it.
Yeah, like 8, 5 after 2 rounds. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one.
I mean, especially for a David Mitchell team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, man, weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you Pulcher things. But he was on top of that too. But then again, the other guy probably helped him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they lived it. We're doing about 2 points for this decade passing us.
Yeah, yeah.
Or no, so the fuck am I talking about? We weren't even part of it.
Right. I don't know.
Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. This round is all about the TV highlights of the decade. Miami Vice popularised the T-shirt under the jacket with the sleeves rolled up look, which was great because it saved you having to talk to someone to tell if they were a wanker or not. Going Live ran for 6 years. It became a ritual. Go to bed at 3 a.m. on a Friday, wake up with a stinking hangover next to a stranger, be sick, and then remember Going Live's on. Jump in the car, drive across town and present it. You were a trooper, Sarah Green. OK, time for some 80s TV questions. OK, so for our first go over to Bullseye legend Jim Bowen.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Jim Bowen here. Now, everyone wanted to be on Bullseye because of the fabulous prizes. Where else could you win a luxury holiday, a teas maid, and a speedboat? But nobody ever went home empty-handed. What were the 3 prizes that everyone was guaranteed to take home, win or lose?
Jim Bowen, legend.
Oh, is it a tea set?
A tea set, 3 prizes. Seen it, don't have the reference point. Just one of those across the pond things that gets lost in translation. So,
wasn't this mentioned on one of our snooker videos? Like the
Maybe.
onboarding one, not the online. Sorry, like the televised sport, like bar sports, like
Maybe?
network.
Bullseye. Oh, okay.
It was all like the bar sports. And had a network. That's where it like started, and it branched out, became fucking mental. All right, I'm gonna say set or kettle.
Okay, one of them has to be money.
No.
Let's just throw money in there too.
I would say a set of darts.
Set of darts. Edge our bets answers right there.
Yep.
If any of them we get at least one of them, we get half a point.
Yeah, that's the way it here. That is
exactly. Yeah.
OK, so he wants to know the consolation prizes you were always guaranteed on Bullseye.
Oh, I've written actually on the screen. I can't.
Case has literally no idea.
No.
Have you ever seen the show? Have you ever seen Bullseye?
Is that when they play darts?
They do play a bit of dance in it, but it's so much more than that. They won a speedboat. It was pretty exciting stuff.
What? How did you win a speedboat? Was that?
Well, just at the end, they just gave you a random gift of a speedboat. and people sort of living on quite rough estates in Doncaster now have speedboats going. We're 40 miles from the sea. Good luck.
That's amazing.
Yeah, bless them. OK, next up, have a look at this picture of a furious telly fan. He smashed up his TV and sent his TV licence back to the BBC. What have they done to make him so angry?
Cover up all the things Jimmy Savile did?
That would be it.
That's not the answer, but I'm just trying to relate to all of you since I'm good to see you in like a month and a half.
But did they impose that tax? Did they start off the BBC? Whatever, you know what I'm trying to get at. I'm not.
Yeah, the fee.
Yeah,
that fee. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it had to have been implemented maybe over this time, because before would it be at the 70s? I don't think it would have been implemented in the 70s.
No, I don't think so.
80s makes more sense for some weird reason, as far as TV is concerned, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it was because it was implemented or started. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. I think we'll lock in.
Oh, well done. OK, next up, a very special 2 years over to my favourite double act of the 80s, Bob Carroll G's and Spit the Dog.
Hi, Jimmy. Bob Carroll G's with Spit the Dog. Now, we love Christmas, don't we? And you probably do too. But much as legend David Bowie, in 1982, he released that fantastic single, The Little Drummer Boy. Remember that? You like that, don't you? And a year later, he appeared on Channel 4 wearing a very snazzy scarf. Can you tell us what he was doing?
Is that
It's Spit the Dog.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but was it parodied intellectually, which I was forced to watch by my ex. What that one pop star? I don't know. Maybe said something bad on TV. I don't know.
Sure, you lock that in then, because I'll go with you.
All right.
It looks like a dingo.
The most Australian thing you've ever said.
As controversial as I am Australian.
Yeah.
There was a very controversial episode of Tiz was when it kidnapped a baby.
And finally, why did Nicholas Witchell sit on a lesbian in 1988?
What?
Yeah.
He's the royal correspondent now, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he is. That's the colour.
He was the person that Charles said, I can't bear that man.
Yeah,
about.
wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that wasn't enough for him to lose that job. You went, no, you can still interview him. Fine. Doesn't seem to like you. Right, I've got some answers for you. All right. So Jim Bowen asked you what consolation prizes everyone took away on Bullseye.
We know.
What do you know?
The blankety-blank checkbook and pen.
The mastermind crystal bowl/orb.
Yeah, and the bendy bully.
One of those is right. The bendy bully is definitely one of them.
Right.
Jason, Jack, what did you get?
Never get asked back, pencil, and something else.
So the consolation prize was you never got asked back. What have you got, Sarah Allen?
You got tankard, bully, and darts. And he said, give me 2 minutes to count this out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And did that cartoon bully pop in and go,
It's incredible. Let's get the answer from Jim.
So how did you get on then? Well, the 3 consolation prizes were the Bullseye Tankard, the Bullseye Dart, and super smashing great him.
All right, we got darts.
We got darts.
Half a point. You want?
It is our channel. It is our channel.
rules.
Our rules.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, I guess we're all winners, really.
He played that moment with real poignancy, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's been prizes away. He's a nice man, enjoyed his job.
The niceness of Bullseye was slightly ruined by the fact they showed you the prize whether you won it or not.
Yeah.
It was sadistic as always. That film Saw. You know what I mean?
Do you like games, Jim?
OK, I showed you a very angry man. Why did he smash his telly?
Or is it because he has to be Eamon Holmes?
Go on, what have you got?
Cancel the Wombles.
Cancel.
Take it in.
OK, Sarah Allen, you got nothing.
Got something to do with Doctor Who.
Well, let's go with Jason and Jack's answer.
Doctor Who got cancelled.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
Yeah.
That is right on. Cancel Doctor Who.
They canceled. Bring it back to the mid 2000s.
Wow.
Wow. Never would have gotten that.
Mm-mm. Not a million years.
And Spit the Dog asked you why David Bowie up on Channel 4's Christmas schedules wearing a snazzy scarf. How did you get on?
He was a snowman, wasn't he?
He introduced it. He introduced the film Snowman, didn't he?
On Channel 4. Well, Sarah, Alan?
Yeah, that's what we got.
OK, well, you said he was in Snowman. Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Let's have a look.
One winter, me and Nicky Pop made a snowman out of cocaine.
See, I don't remember that, but
After
then...
the weekend, he was all gone. He'd melted in our septums.
So a point for everyone on that. Well done, everyone. OK, I asked you why Nicholas Witchell was sat on a lesbian. What do you know?
Some ladies decided to attack the news.
Yeah, they broke into the newsroom. The ladies did.
OK, broke into the news, everyone. And Sarah and Alan?
Yeah, a lesbian protest against Section 28.
Oh, the detail.
Ooh.
She was there, you were there.
Well, let's have a look. Let's see.
The 6 o'clock news from the BBC with Sue Lawley and Nicholas Witchell.
Good evening. The headlines at 6 o'clock. In the House of Lords, a vote is taking place now on a challenge to the poll tax. And I do apologise if you're hearing quite a lot of noise in this studio at the moment. I'm afraid that we have rather been invaded by some people who we hope to be removing very shortly. In the meantime, if you can possibly ignore the background news, we'll bring the news as best we can.
Background news.
See, I think I stayed a bit calmer when that whole wanker thing happened with 5 Star. She got a bit sort of flustered there. I'd have invited them on and said, come in, girls, let's talk about what you want to discuss and make it part of the show.
I think she was worried because she had that hair and she felt she would be... The police might get rid of her as well when they came. When they came, there's a bunch of lesbians in here, can you get rid of them, security? They would have taken her, so she was nervous.
You've got a point.
OK, time for a special bonus round about movies. I'm going to show you pictures from 3 of my favourite 80s movies that have been subtly improved. Here is the first one. You've just got to write down what the film is.
All right, RoboCop.
RoboCop, okay.
Yep.
Oh, right.
OK, here's the next film.
Oh, what was this one?
That's Annie.
Annie. Okay.
And you might want to just enjoy the last couple of moments of not having your sexuality questioned before you look at this.
Oh, what was that one?
Is that Flashdance? Oh no, that. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was this? This was that the fucking Guys, this is gonna kill me. I know, Spence, you probably haven't seen this. It's about the with the song that she's a maniac. This is where this song came from. The movie. I was like, oh, I'm gonna say Flashdance. I don't know if that's the movie title. I'm just it's screaming to me. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Drop the bitch and make the switch.
Yeah. I bet there's some lesbians who'd like to invade that.
Okay, pens down. What have you got for the 3 movies of the 80s? Okay,
Well-
the first, Sarah?
Well, bit of
First one?
dissension in the ranks here.
Go
I
on.
said Star Wars C-3PO, that was you.
Okay,
But-
Jason, Jack, what did you say for
I
the
got
first
the
one?
wrong one.
Terminator.
We thought it was
And-
Terminator.
I thought it was
David and Phil?
RoboCop.
I thought it was Terminator, but Phil said it
RoboCop.
wasn't. It was
I thought it
RoboCop.
was RoboCop.
Probably is actually.
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Peter
RoboCop.
Weller.
Yeah, Peter Weller. God, you've got good pop trivia knowledge. Okay, next movie. I think you would have got this one.
I don't know.
That's really weird. You turned into Billy Crystal.
Okay, what have you got for that? You've all got.
Annie. Yeah, Annie.
So
All right.
you got Annie as well,
2
yes?
points.
Definitely.
Okay, so the last one, what did you vote for this, Jason Jack?
Dirty Dancing, isn't it? Is that what it's called?
No. That is not Dirty Dancing. That is, what is it?
Flashdance.
Flash.
Dirty Dance.
Yeah.
Did you think it was called that? Why don't you say something? You're silly, mate. So
So you knew the answer, Jason, but you didn't bother telling Chad.
Yeah.
There's a lack of teamwork going on there.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
It was of course Flashdance about a female welder. Let's have a look and see what that did to the scores. I can tell you in last place currently, Jason and Jack with 9 points. Joint lead, David and Phil, Sarah and Alan with 13 each.
And what are we?
4.5.
4.5.
No, 5. Sorry, my bad. 5.5.
5.5.
There's
All
just so many points. I don't know how to count them all.
right.
Time for a quick break. We're going to enjoy some snacks from the 80s. Anyone want a cola cube? We'll see you in a few.
What?
A cola cube. What the hell is that?
It sounds so unappetizing.
Yeah.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. This next round is all about lifestyle, the fads, fashions, technologies and toys of the 80s. My Little Ponies were the most popular girls' toys of the early 80s. They came with accessories like hairbrushes, saddles and a tiny shotgun in case you broke it and had to put it out of its misery. Britain's first ever mobile phone call was made in 1985. It was from a salesman asking if you'd like to buy some payment protection insurance. VHS beat Betamax in the video wars of the 80s. For any youngsters watching, a VHS video was like Netflix, but instead of clicking a button, you got to walk to the shops. And instead of the film instantly playing, the machine ate it and you had to rewind it with a pencil. And instead of seeing the end of E.T., you got to watch the snooker because someone had taped over it. Better, really. But let's remind ourselves.
That's such a boomer thing that Jimmy
Man.
just said.
Man,
But such a throwback.
You had the back end of Blockbuster, didn't you?
I did. In fact, when I lived in Purcellville, Virginia, there was still a Blockbuster there in like 2010, 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, it lasted that long.
Man, that thing really held on. And there's still one left in the
Yeah.
country. There's still one.
Yeah, in like
It's-
Oregon or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. Oh man.
Yeah.
God, what it's so nuts. What is it? Please be kind, rewind. That's like the mantra of a whole generation.
Be kind, please rewind.
Yeah, something like that. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Of how we lived in the 80s.
Red Nose Day. Yeah.
All of it.
And now all of it fits into this.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
If you're like, what could fit there? Everything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. The Apple computers, like, and the fact that if you wanted to talk on the phone with somebody, you had to carry this old clunky thing around with you.
Yeah, or like the car phone with the fucking wire. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, man! It's
Wow.
just anyway. That was crazy times.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you there, Sarah?
Oh, I was behind the camera going, keep asking her, make her answer, make her answer, make her answer. And the little girl just kept on saying, where would you be? In the event of a nuclear disaster, where would you be? And she was trying to say, well, there never would be one, there never would be one. And the little girl just and she said, yes, I would be in the bunker. That's right where I'd be. And that became a bit of a news story.
I'd love it if the person went, why are you so fucking shit?
First up, have a look at this clip. What 80s trend is this man talking about?
I see these little 10-year-old kids doing it, and I get really frustrated and want to break their wrist or something. But I'll probably go up and re-register and try it one more time.
OK, so when he saw teenagers doing it, he wanted to break their wrists. What was he talking about?
Oh, my God. What was...
Video games?
Video games? Okay, okay. Like arcades?
Maybe like an arcade?
Yeah.
I could break their wrist. All right. Arcades. I wouldn't say skateboarding. Skateboarding was more like early 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's when
I
it
think so.
came the fad in California and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with arcades.
Okay, all right.
I think the teenagers can break their own risks, Jim.
Don't get carried away, kids. You be careful. Take a break. And remember to rehydrate. Next up, time for another guest question. It's to Pow's Carol Decker.
Oh, Carol Decker.
Yay.
Hi, Jimmy. Everything was big for Tapao in the 80s. Massive hits, massive choruses, and of course, massive hair. But in 1984, L'Oreal launched a product that they said would bring about the end of hair gel. What was it?
Put it in.
End of hair gel. Conditioner?
No. The end of hair gel. Would it be like that L'Oreal? Wouldn't that be like the spray and stay? Like
Yeah,
for big
hairspray.
hair? Yeah, hairspray.
But no, that was a 50s thing because I remember the musical Hairspray was okay, so
man.
that was around then. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It had. I'm gonna say no shit. It's a hair product, but I think it would be something along those lines. Some sort of the hair glue. For
I don't
big
know,
hair.
man. Yeah.
Tapao, fond of Tapao? Have you heard of Tapao, David?
I have heard of Tapao, yes.
Brilliant.
They did a song called China in Your Hand, didn't they?
Wow, I better watch it. I might lose my job.
I mean, this is incredible pop knowledge from you, David. Next question. Andrew Lloyd Webber went from strength to strength in the 1980s, but how was he responsible for seriously injuring 21 people?
Such a good-looking man.
Did somebody go to the night of the opera and want to hurt themselves? Was it a certain piece in Night of Phantom of the Opera?
Maybe he crashed one of those twin decker buses. How
Yeah.
do you hurt that many people? Like I'm thinking bus accident.
All right, bus accident, or what I said about Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe there's a scene where he had to. I don't know. I've never seen it. Right, Phantom of the Opera. I know about it, but I don't know if there's ever a scene where the the audience get involved. But yeah. Let's see.
I don't know.
Okay, have you got something for this, Jack?
Yeah, we got an answer.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, okay.
It's a good one.
And finally, let's go over to the two real stars of Going Live, Trevor and Simon.
Yes. Too right.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. Trevor and Simon here.
From the 80s.
We've got a question about one of the 1980s most tragic icons.
Pat Sharp.
No, Pac-Man.
Oh, no, sorry, yes, Pac-Man, who spent his entire life trapped in a hellish maze with only a diet of Pac dots and power pellets to sustain him.
Oh, the poor blighter.
Oh, the poor blighter. To make things even more hellish for him, he was tormented by 4 ghosts.
Goats?
No, ghosts.
Oh, ghosts. Yes. But can the teams name them?
Oh, they all have names.
They had names?
Oh.
Bro, no. Now I'm missing this. I have no clue. Not a clue.
I randomly remember on PlayStation 2, there was this Pac-Man game where it was like live action, where you had to, there was like, it was like in real life, you know, or I can't remember what it was called, and I wish I could better remember, but I vaguely remember it. So,
Do you know the names?
no, I don't know the names.
Okay, good, because that's obscure. To me, that's an obscure 80s question. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Wow. All right.
Look at Phil Jupiter's face. As finally, it's paid off.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
Don't
Of course
tell
he
them, but
does.
you know.
Look at him. He was born for this quiz. Jack, any idea at all?
You'll find out in a minute, Jimmy. We've written the answers on our pad.
All right. Okay. I asked you what 80s trend this man was talking about. Did you know?
Was it the Rubik's Cube?
Sarah and Alan?
You've got to hope so, haven't you?
No
Yeah.
way.
Jason, Jack?
We think so as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. All of you.
The Rubik's Cube? Like, why would you want to break someone's wrist for doing that? What's wrong with you, dude?
It's a different time then, I guess. Different time. That was the way. That maybe it was just stiff competition. You know, like
I guess
Rubik's Cube competitions. Were
Yeah.
they a thing?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well done. Could anyone do it?
Yes.
Yes.
How quickly could you do it?
Well, I used to take it apart. And then
Just take the stickers off,
Yeah.
and then just stick them all on. See?
I couldn't do it because I had friends.
David, could you do it?
I couldn't do it despite not having friends.
Okay. Next up, Carol Decker asked you what revolutionary product was going to bring the end of hair gel. What did you put?
Was it the mousse?
Mousse.
Hair mousse? Mousse?
Sarah, did you mousse?
I moosed, yeah, yeah.
I mean, we saw your hair earlier.
Yeah.
Something was going on.
Can't make that happen. Sad. No, yes, there's something about Sarah.
Okay.
Something about Mary.
Button there, darling. Yep, yep.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's weird because Sarah almost said exactly the same thing. But... oh, adorable. Okay. Okay. I asked you, how was Andrew Lloyd Webber responsible for seriously injuring 21 people? Did you get it?
I said that he dropped a chandelier on their heads in Phantom of the Opera.
I think that's what actually happens in the play.
No, on the audience and injured them, which I don't think is meant to happen.
Okay. Jack, Jason, what have you got?
We think that people went to see Cats and started to pretend to be cats. There was some performances were better than others, and people got into a frenzy. And would start doing this. Try to be cats, and they never happened to. And actually, on one occasion, 21 people who went to see Cats did hurt themselves on the upholstery.
What have you got?
Starlight Express, we think, his cast members were falling off of things in the Victoria Palace Theatre.
Some sort of pretend train on the stage injured an actor.
Which went
21 actors.
out and round the, you know.
It's exactly the right answer.
Oh.
Yes, 21 actors were injured in the production of Starlight Express. You remember the play. Everyone was on roller skates.
Wow. I have no reference of any other Andrew Lloyd Webber plays. So
None.
yeah. I just remember that the movie version of Cats that involved James Corden and Taylor Swift was trash.
Which was predictable.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
All right, so Trevor and Simon asked you, what were the names of the ghosts that followed Pac-Man? Jason, Jack, what did you put?
We don't know.
No idea.
What have you got there, Alan?
Who gives a shit?
Phil, David.
Okay, the leader was Blinky, right? Then the pink one was Pinky, the blue one was Inky, and then the orange one was the most stupid ghost, was Clyde.
100% right, Phil Jupiters.
Wow!
Clyde.
Never would have got that.
Childhood you had.
Get a life.
In addition to the Pac-Man, there was a lot of masturbating, all right? It was a full life. And fishing down the Warren.
Fishing down the Warren. That definitely sounds like a euphemism.
Really, genuinely, there was some fish in Lake.
Stop fishing down the Warren up there, Phil.
Did your mum ever walk in on you fishing down the Warren?
No, but for some reason my old man took a photo of me one morning, came into the bedroom, and I was in the middle, and I thankfully heard him just outside the door and stopped. But I've seen this photo in the family album of me, startled. It's a very special face, I'm telling you. Wow. Although that's not as good as the story I heard about the bloke who used to wank with his headphones on, bashing away, and then he finished, when he woke, and there's a cup of tea next to the bed.
What the?
Oh man.
Hell no. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
All right. Time for a quick bonus round, all about famous ads from the 80s. I'm going to say a famous line from a TV commercial from the 80s. All you have to do is write down what that ad was for. OK? First one. Bet you can't eat 3.
I don't know.
OK, so bet you can't eat 3. What have you got? Sarah, Alan?
Oh, no. Bugger. Shredded wheat.
Well, you spelt shredded wheat Weetabix.
I know.
weirdly.
I thought it was Weetabix first.
What have you put, Jason?
Weetabix.
We put Weetabix. Yeah.
Weetabix. So bet you can't eat 3. What do you think?
Some other
Shredded
cereal.
wheat. He got shredded wheat because you just know it all, don't you?
Someone's not had a nap. Jesus.
See, the thing is, the reason you were working in the media room, I was at home watching you, Sarah, every week, every Saturday morning, Sarah, watching.
I remember there was one Saturday morning when his dad walked in. OK, well, let's have a look.
With 100% whole wheat nourishment packed into shredded wheat.
Thanks, love.
Who can eat more than 2?
Shredded wheat.
All right, so you get a point there, Phil. The next phrase.
So oversized mini wheats is what they were.
Yeah, or regular wheats.
Regular wheats. Oh.
But those are huge, dude.
Yeah.
Those are massive. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why would you want to eat 3? Are you that regular? That's nuts.
Wow. After that, you're basically sitting on the toilet for 3 hours.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Because back then you actually had the newspaper that you could go through. If you eat 3, you'd probably have to crack open the Bible or the
yeah.
Because Dad, there's a phone call. I'm on Genesis, dadgummit.
Yeah. Give me a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thank you, Dennis Leary.
He's from a famous advert. OK, try and guess what the product was. I'm going to attempt the accent. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly.
I'm getting so much spit in my eye.
That isn't spit, Phil. Stop it. Not with the tone again. OK, so what was that advert for?
I do know.
Do you know?
I know.
Crack on there. Boom.
Beast. That's good. That's okay.
Iron Brew?
OK, what have we got?
I reckon it's a cup of tea, is it?
So you've gone...
PG tips.
PG tips, OK. Yeah, Sarah, Alan?
Heinz baked beans.
And you've gone for...
Milk.
Let's have a look.
It was an advert for milk.
Let's have a look.
You don't have to have a look, I know.
Milk? Ugh. It's what Ian Rush drinks. Ian Rush? Yeah, and he said if I didn't drink lots of milk, when I grow up, I'm going to be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly.
Buy some milk. Good now?
So a precursor to the Got Milk campaign in the 90s in the U.S., which we learned
I don't know how I feel about that ad campaign. Okay, I still don't know. Everything I knew was ruined.
Yeah, about cheese and ice cream. Government cheese.
God damn it! Why does the internet exist? Jesus, that ruined it for me.
Hey, Nick asked us to check out that video himself, so
this is
we had to do it.
It's very true.
I'm still gonna eat dairy. I don't care. I don't care.
I like that's just an advert for milk.
Milk.
all milk.
That was paid for
wherever
by
it comes
cows.
from.
I like the fact they felt they had to advertise milk back then, just in case anyone was, oh, this cereal's a bit dry. What's going on? You ready for your last advert from the 80s? Iconic advert. What was this an advert for? I'm looking for fly fishing by J.R. Hartley.
Ah, yes. Waterstones.
I actually do remember the advert. I can't remember what it's for, Jimmy.
OK, so Sarah and Alan, you've got...
Yellow Pages.
And you've gone for...
Yellow Pages.
I couldn't remember what
OK,
it was.
Jack and Jason, you're pretty close. OK, let's have a look.
I don't suppose you have a copy of Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley.
No luck, Dad. Never mind. There's still a few more to try.
Good old Yellow Pages. We don't just help with the nasty things in life, like a blocked drain. We're there for the nice things, too. You do? Oh, that's wonderful. Can you keep it for me? My name, oh yes, it's J.R. Hartley.
Man, the Yellow Pages, a.k.a. Ancient Google for services.
Yeah, a.k.a. the doorstop.
Yeah.
That, man.
Basically, that combined with the library is Google now.
Yep, man.
Mhm.
God, those things are huge, man. Jeez.
Yeah, and don't you turn to the back of them, because if you know, you know.
J.R. Hartley.
What a twist. It was like Shawshank Redemption. It's J.R.
So at the end of all that, Jason and Jack have 11 points. Sarah and Alan have 16 in the lead. David and Phil with 20.
Oh.
Wow. We're going to take a short break, just enough time for a quick game of swing ball. See you in a bit. Anyone again? Come on, Donovan. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. This round is about people, the movers and shakers of the 80s. The decade began with a double tragedy, as John Lennon was shot dead and Mick Hucknall wasn't. Iran issued a fatwa against Salman Rushdie after the publication of the Satanic Verses. Well, Iran, if you think death threats will stop me making jokes about your ridiculous regime, correct. In 1981, tennis star John McEnroe was convinced the ball was in when actually it was out. I had a similar situation this summer. Thank you very much, Speedos. Right, ready for some questions? First, it's over to the Big Fat Quiz's Masterpiece Theatre, where actor Charles Dance is reading from the autobiography of one of the decade's biggest stars. But whose is it?
Chapter 26. Me and Dave got together after I'd spoken to Barry Hearn, who managed Steve Davis, Tony Meo, Terry Griffiths, Dennis Taylor, and Willie Thorne. Then a very positive image came to me. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Barry Hearn being Snow White, waiting for the fruits of the workers to be brought home. Hi-ho, and off to work we go. I could then see the Seven Dwarfs going into snooker, loopy, nuts are we, me and him and them and me.
Whose autobiography was he reading
What?
from then?
I got nothing.
I have less than. I have generated more questions.
Yeah,
with
I
this.
don't have anything. I'm just gonna move on.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you'll all have read it. It's a wonderful work of literature. Next up, what mishap resulted in Labour leader Neil Kinnock saying to reporters, "I'm going to have to appeal to your better nature here, lads." Jason, any idea who
Nothing.
Neil Kinnock is?
Yes.
Who?
He is the ex-Labour leader.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Jason Donovan, from the 80s, knows his stuff. OK. Next question. In the 80s, Kevin Casper, Bernie Tavis, Tor Christensen and Terry Lenley found fame impersonating police officers, pretending to have sex with pillows and thrusting their pelvises. But by what name were they better known?
I don't know.
What?
Happy memories?
What a night that was.
OK, for our final question in this round, we go a little treat for you. We go over to Blackadder hero Tony Robinson.
Baldrick!
Hi, Jimmy. Tony Robinson here. In the 80s, I was a star of one of TV's biggest shows. And back then, I was famous, I was wealthy, I was tall, I was very handsome, a bit like the basketball star Michael Jordan. Now, in those days, he had money to burn. But why did he keep getting fined $5,000 every time he played a game of basketball?
Oh my God, I know.
I know this one. He got, he wasn't allowed to wear tennis shoes from Nike, but Nike was willing to pay that fine every single game. So NBA finally just said, "Fuck it, go ahead, just wear your shoes."
Yeah, it was. I think it was the color of them. Like,
Okay.
I think so. Man, you seen that movie yet? Air?
No, I haven't. No, I
Oh,
haven't.
that's a good one. That's a good movie. But yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. I'm a North Carolinian. I have to know that one.
You gotta
If
know
I-
you gotta know your Michael Jordan.
Right, right.
Lord.
I would be excommunicated from the state if I wasn't able to answer a question about Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's only a clue.
Yes. We'll leave it at that, I think, love.
What, you're giving Alan clues?
I guess.
Again, I feel teamwork-wise, this isn't the way to do it. Just tell him if you know.
Need a bit extra
Two
fun.
syllables.
It's a different show. OK. Right, you ready for some answers? Of course you are. Charles Dance was reading from the autobiography of one of the decade's biggest stars. Who do you think it was?
We went for Hurricane Higgins, because you know all the snooker.
Yeah.
That's
we
what
went
we
down
put.
the wrong.
You've gone Hurricane Higgins as well?
Yeah, we are on Hurricane.
Was he reading from the autobiography of another Charles?
Yes, he was. Go on, what do you think, David Phil?
Prince Charles.
Yes, that was Prince Charles's biography.
I said to Dave, I said to Dave,
What have you got?
Chaz Hodges.
Chaz Hodges.
Of Chaz and Dave.
From Chaz and Dave. Let's go back to Charles Dance and have a look.
That was an extract from All About Us by Chaz out of Chaz and Dave.
Ah.
He's got more rabbit than Sainsbury.
That's an odd line, isn't it? More rabbit than Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Because does Sainsbury's stock a lot of rabbit?
No.
I mean, is it a reference to rabbit as a food?
Game isn't really something
No,
very special.
more bread than Sainsbury's.
For Chaz and Dave to sing, you got more rabbit than Harrods. It doesn't really fit their oeuvre,
No.
does it?
Strangely, though, you probably would find more rabbit in Harrods.
Well, absolutely. Or Fortnum and Mason.
And in a pet shop.
Watership Down.
Well, we've covered this. That's fine, that's it. That was from the autobiography of Chaz Hodges from Chaz and Dave. Next up, I asked you, what caused Neil Kinnock to say, "I'm going to have to appeal to your better nature here, lads"?
He was having a walk along the beach just before the Labour Party conference, and he fell over. No.
It's pretty much
that
it.
it?
Pretty much it.
It
What
was,
did you...
Glennon?
Yeah, when he fell over on Brighton Beach.
Jack?
Tripped
over.
On the beach.
Well, let's have a look.
And every now and then a politician says something he'll regret for a lifetime.
Do you want a real scoop? Go on then. I'll walk on the water. How about that?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Now that sort of thing is just not supposed to happen. And even as Mr. Kinnock put the best face on things, he was wondering whether, wet feet and all, the cameraman might choose to use those shots that were a little more dignified.
It's going to be an appeal to your better nature now, lads.
And yet the comb over never moved. That strand, that little bit of strand, it didn't move.
That was hair mousse, that was. Highly effective. I asked you what Kevin Casper, Bernie Tavis, Tor Christensen and Terry Lenley were better known as. Sarah, Alan?
Fathers for Justice.
They were caught fucking pillows in the window of...
What's indicated? The only way our message will be heard is if we fuck these pillows. Is that right?
No, that is not. That's not even the right decade. But no, that isn't right. What, Jason?
The Chippendales.
The Chippendales.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've gone for?
We went for the Chippendales.
Well, let's have a little look.
What?
I don't look bad.
What the shit? Oh man,
Chippendales.
these two got. Oh god.
We know it now, but we didn't know the individual names. And plus, between the two of us, we could never do that. We would be
The hell no.
We would be the Chips Ahoy dancers.
Yeah,
if anything.
100%. We'd be like the double Chris Farley on the what was it? The SNL skit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
I actually get that one. Yeah.
Glad you said that. That could have got me into trouble. The weird thing was when he had the phone on his crotch there. That's probably in the days before you could send a dick pic. You had to just go, I'll just put him on now.
I think it'd be nice to get one on the Antiques Roadshow and have it valued.
It's an original Chippendale. Brilliant.
And this is where you would put the phone usually. No?
And we have the original phone.
I found it in my nan's loft.
Okay, so Tony Robertson asked you why Michael Jordan kept getting fined $5,000 when he played basketball.
We don't know whether it's not for or for wearing his own brand of trainers.
Sponsorship
deal. We should have just put sponsorship deal.
Yeah, you've definitely got the right area there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the wrong answer. Not wearing his Jordan shoes. You couldn't be more wrong than that. David, Phil, what have you got?
He pointed at his shoes when he scored.
I'm afraid not quite. And what have you got, Jason Jack?
Wearing his own gear.
Yeah, wearing his own gear.
It's the right answer.
Give us the point.
Everyone else wore the team shoes. He wore his own shoes because the night contract was worth a bit more than $5,000 a game. So he did very well out of it. Well done, him. Right, time for the part of the show where I introduce a very special mystery guest. All you have to do is guess who they are and how they became famous in the 80s. You can only ask yes or no questions. Ladies and gentlemen, our mystery guest. Hello, mystery guest. Hello, how are you? So they're going to ask you yes or no questions. You were a huge star in the 80s. Everyone knew you. Away you go.
Were you on telly?
No. You were in an advert?
No.
You must have been.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Well, if you know the answer, you should write it down.
Okay, I'll write it down. I don't know. No, I have to do a yes or no thing, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. It's just yes or no questions, and then.
No, I know. Stop.
On the trade.
I'm not being patronising.
Yes,
I'm
you
being
are.
condescending. There's a real difference.
Oh no, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. Don't argue semantics with me.
Well, on the trade test transmission card, were you the girl with the blackboard?
No. Would you like to go on a date with me?
He's allowed to. You have to answer yes or no.
You didn't say what the questions were about.
It's yes or no.
Would you like to go on a lovely date with Alan?
No, thanks.
Oh.
The cover of an album.
No.
Were you featured on posters and photographs?
Yes.
Were you like a baby child or something?
Was you a baby child?
A baby.
What other type of baby is there? Or child?
Were you a baby child?
Not a baby adult or a...
At one point, I was considered a baby child. Yes.
Yeah, I was too.
That's a Peter Parker question. I love that. A baby child. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think you've all got a fair idea. I think just write down who you think he is.
Okay, right.
Okay. Change a little bit. I wouldn't have recognised you straight away.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay, wait there, love, wait there.
You've all got something written down. Let's have a look and see what they put. Let's have a look. Sarah, Alan, what did you put?
Well, Sarah thinks your mum was pregnant and you were a fetus.
She was modelling something and a bit as a pregnant lady, and you were the baby inside.
Jack, Jason, what have you got?
Pears
soap, baby. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, David, Phil?
There's that poster that you could always get of the bloke with the torso holding the baby. I think he was the baby.
Mystery guest, who are you?
I was the baby in the Athena poster.
This is Stelia Savatius, the Athena baby.
All right.
Let's have a look at him in action. You have changed. You've sort of morphed into the bloke from the Athena poster is what you've done. Did you behave during the shoot?
It was okay. I pooed on him twice.
You pooed on him twice?
Yes.
That's a bit specialist. Let's hear it, everyone. Stelios, give him a round of applause. The guy from the Athena posters.
Never would have got that.
Let's have a quick word. Just checking on score, see what they've done to it. OK. Jason and Jack have got 14 points. Sarah and Alan have got 17. David and Phil still in the lead with 24 points. We're going to take a short break. See you in 2.
And we're still at 5.5, correct?
6.5.
Oh, 6.5.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because we got the Michael Jordan question.
We got the Michael Jordan one. Okay, 6.5. 6.5. My bad.
Welcome back to the final part of the Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. This round is all about the scandals that shook the decade. News International paid £600,000 for the rights to Hitler's personal diaries. Jesus, don't they respect anyone's privacy? Ben Johnson won the 100 metres final at the '88 Olympics. Eventually, drug testers caught up with Ben Johnson, which wasn't easy because he was on a lot of steroids and they made him fucking fast. OK, let's have some questions about scandals. Right, first up, it's a say what you see question. I'm going to show you a series of pictures that spell out a name.
Scandals.
For example, this spells out Jason Donovan. Good work, Sam. Which scandalous 80s trend is hidden here?
Donkey, something Hugh, golf tee?
Golf tee. Match? Or is that house?
That's how. House or Hugh Laurie, house.
Or
golf. Par. House party? Because that's a par.
T. House party.
Donkey, ass, mule.
No, I'd say I don't know, man. I don't know who that dude is. The other dude's throwing me off.
Mule smuggle. Smug.
No. I'm gonna say it has to be ass. Has to be ass because of this show.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
But house, hey, listen, if we get house party, okay, and if there's an ass in front of that, we're not going to be docked by this man and the smiling man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying that's how our 0.5 works.
Yeah, exactly.
OK, if you want to be quiet on this because you'll give it away to the others. Phil Jupiter's already has it. Bloody good at quizzes. Jason, you got it?
No.
Well, we got
sort of
with him with that. Well, sort of.
OK. Next up, have a look at this clip of a rather cross man. What's he protesting about?
Consider the beach is literally within very short walking distance, and I mean short walking distance, of the Volks Electric Railway, where they actually come up and stand beside the railway. It's close to the Brighton Marina and not very far from the Peter Pan's playground. And also, would you believe it, almost on the doorstep of where the new theme park is going.
What's he upset about?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like he said a lot without saying a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
That was just like, I have no clue. What he just said, all of those words he just said, means nothing to me.
Yeah, it just needed, we needed context there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us? Tell you now?
You don't want
Oh, no, don't tell me now. Write that down, yeah. Perfect.
Well, don't ask us now, then.
Sorry, Jack.
No, see, Jack, how it works is he asks the question, and then you have to write it down, but you don't actually say
But
that it is
what
there.
would be clearer if Jimmy, who has done an otherwise excellent job, if Jimmy would say, please write down what he's complaining about. Because in the heat of the moment, any one of us could blurt out the answer.
No,
And that
if
way,
you know the
madness
rules, you
lies.
don't.
In the heat of the moment, Jack.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever
In the
When's
excitement.
your moment ever seen
I'm close now. I'm in a state of high excitement.
Sure.
Anything could happen.
OK. Next question. What 80s mystery caused the Irish police to turn to clairvoyants, diviners and psychics?
I got nothing.
OK. I'm slightly worried about asking because I'm worried Jason might blurt out the answer. He clearly knows this one as well.
Yeah.
And finally, we go over to the host of the most iconic shows of the decade. It's Gordon Burns from The Krypton Factor.
Hello, Jimmy. My question on the 80s is this. Was, of course, the era of the home video. Do you remember those things called video shops? Well, what controversy caused the police to seize thousands of tapes from video shops right across the country in the early 80s?
Somebody taped over something. I don't know what, but
That's
something.
probably a great. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember that one scene in Train Spotting where they taped over certain things, and they got it, and they got it mixed up at the video store. Oh, it was a sex tape that they filmed, and they mixed it up with another thing. So, sex tapes. That's what I'm gonna say.
There you go.
Yeah.
I used to find the Krypton Factor quite stressful to watch.
I'll give
know
you
what
that,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, most quiz shows on television in the 80s were quite sort of jolly, 3, 2, 1, the generation game. And the Krypton Factor, it was sort of like it was work, like it mattered.
You took yourself very seriously.
I found that very stressful and unnecessary.
You found it stressful? Imagine how stressful Superman found watching it.
It's very offensive to Superman, wasn't it?
OK, you've all got something?
Yeah.
Let's get some answers. OK, so first up, I asked you to say what you saw. Did you get this?
Yep. Acid house party.
OK, David, Phil?
Acid house party.
That's it. Acid house party.
House
Ass?
party.
Ass. And apparently that's Sid.
Yeah.
Okay.
House party.
We're gonna get a half a point.
Half a point.
Okay. Because we said that before going into it. We got half a point because that's how our point system works. It's like kind of like gold stars in elementary school.
Exactly. If you know, you know.
Acid house party is it? Were you there for Acid House?
Oh, yeah, lived through the whole thing.
Remember any of it?
Nothing. Absolutely. Loved every second of it, though. No, I didn't do any Acid House.
You know what they say, if you can remember the 80s, well done.
Yeah. You stand a chance of winning this
You
quiz.
might win a quiz.
OK, next up we saw a clip of a rather angry man. What was he objecting to?
The first nudist beach.
I've actually been on that nudist beach, yeah. Not being a nudist, but I had to look after my 2 godkids, and I didn't know it was a nudist beach. And then when you're looking after a kid, that's the last words you want to hear them say. Oh, look at that man's willy.
Look at that wooden groin.
What?
Wooden groin. They're the things, aren't they? The groins are like the fences
Thank
going out
you.
to sea.
Thank
Stop
you.
Britain
You see?
disappearing, yeah.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Sarah was doing a very clever joke that you failed to get.
It was a double entendre, Alan.
Yeah.
It was a double
I would have thought if
entendre.
anyone was going to know about double entendres, it would be you, Alan. You're an expert.
I'm trying to think of
That's
one.
Come on, Alan, it isn't hard.
I can't, I'm a shit gay. I'm retiring. Bye.
Next up, I asked...
Okay, so hold on. There are nude beaches in Brighton?
Then or still?
Are they still there? Please let me know.
It's more like they're beaches.
I mean, I know they're beaches, but nudist beaches. I'm like, no, I'm not cut out for that. But then again, I might not give a shit.
There you
I
go.
don't know.
Asked you what mystery caused the Irish police to turn to clairvoyants, diviners and psychics. What did you put?
Crying.
When I was in Ireland during the 80s, a lot of effort was being put into finding the source of this crying Virgin Mary. And it was a big deal at the time. I mean, others might have different answers, but I was there, so...
You could not be more wrong. Sarah, what have you got?
We think it was all about Shergar.
And David, Phil?
Yeah, we do as well. Shergar.
Well, you're absolutely right. It was the disappearance of Shergar.
Yes.
Oh.
And Shergar, spelt backwards, is no, it's not.
And finally, Gordon Burns asked you why police up and down the country seize thousands of videotapes. Did you know? Sarah, Alan?
Well, Sarah said it was porn.
But they thought they were watching Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, he was a beast.
And it was a different sort of Beauty and the Beast by mistake.
Right.
Yes.
No. OK, Jason, what did you get for this?
Video nasties.
Video nasties and David,
Video
Phil?
nasty.
Video nasty.
Why were they called video nasties?
Because they had titles like this. There you go, there's Cannibal Holocaust. That's not great. I think the film was slightly more gruesome than that cartoon picture a child drew. I Spit on Your Grave? That's probably on after this. We had the Driller Killer.
What the?
I've seen that on 60 Minute Makeover.
OK, it's time for the big fat question. OK. It's the final question of the show, your final chance to earn some points. I'm looking for 3 things, OK? I'm looking for the song that spent the longest at #1 in the 80s, the most bankable actor of the 80s, and the most watched live event of the 80s on British TV. So,
Okay. Song.
Good God, man.
Careless Whisper by Wham. Actor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bankable? Oh, man. Oh, my God. Pick one. Jesus. Schwarzenegger. You could even go Stallone.
Charlie Sheen. No, not Charlie Sheen.
Where was it the Frat Pack?
Yeah,
Weren't
the
they a
Frat
thing?
Pack. Yeah, that was a thing in the 80s.
Like Estevez, Sheen, all them. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
80s, bro.
Yeah, let's lock. I
What
don't
about
know.
Sean Connery?
Sean Connery? I don't know.
Bankable actor. Damn.
And then the most watched television show or moment, live television thing. Live Aid?
Oh, I would say okay.
Live Aid.
Wasn't Live Aid the answer for the last one?
I think maybe it was. I don't know.
Huh. Okay. What?
I
all
can't.
right.
I can't
Lock
think of
that
any.
in. Lock that in. Let's pick let's agree with an actor. Let's go Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and the song "Careless Whisper."
Sure.
All right.
Go with it.
We'll go with it.
So 3 things. It's UK viewing figures, and it's a live event, so it's not like an EastEnders or anything. OK, there are 2 points available for each, and a 2-point bonus if you get them all.
I know you can't give us any clues, but will we know the song?
Oh, you will so know the song, yeah.
OK.
All right, OK, pens down.
Oh, shit.
OK, so we're looking for the longest-running #1 of the 80s. What have you gone for, Sarah?
Why is it Sarah?
Hold on to your body.
Why not ask
Feel his
the man who knew the answer to this? Jennifer Rush, The Power of Love.
That felt like it was #1 for fucking years. Didn't it? Power of Love, Jennifer Rush.
Yeah.
I can tell you that is not correct.
Oh.
OK, what have you got, David Phil?
We put the No It's Christmas in the full knowledge that's probably wrong because everyone bought it in the first week.
Very, very good answer, but it's not right.
I know it's not.
And what have you got, Jason
I
Jack?
think we might have the wrong decade. Is it everything I do?
No, that is the wrong decade. I mean, it was longer as a #1, but in a different decade.
Can I come back for the quiz for that decade?
Yeah, you can definitely come back next week. Come back next week and you've got that. Okay, so no one gets anything on that. The correct answer was it was 2 Tribes by Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh.
#1 for 9 weeks.
Never would have gotten that one.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well.
What? No.
No.
There they are. And interestingly, top right was the guy from the Accrington Stanley advert. Grew up enjoying that band. OK, most bankable actor. What did you put, Jason Jack?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, good guess.
Not right.
He was number 2.
Was he?
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got to be Tom Cruise, isn't it?
For the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
the 80s.
He's number 5 in the 80s.
Really?
Number 1.
Harrison Ford.
Absolutely right.
Oh. But you know what though? That makes sense because he had Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh man, God.
Oh
Okay.
well. Oh well.
Star Wars films and he had Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, Rachel, I've started.
Okay, and we're looking for the most watched live event in the UK of the 80s. Okay, most watched live event. What have you
It
got?
was 1987, Lakeside, the darts.
That is the correct answer. Good night. No. What have you got?
What have we got? What fucking hell do you think we
Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Okay.
It's got to be Live Aid, surely.
We thought Live Aid and then we panicked and put Diana Wedding.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that the most watched live event of the 80s in the UK, with an incredible 21.7 million people watching, was the Royal Wedding.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Well, that is your night. It's time to tot up the scores at home. There are a possible 40 points to be earned this evening. Before I give the results, no one leaves the Big Fat Quiz empty-handed. You all win one of these. It's a tankard, a bendy bully, and some darts. Fabulous. Here's how you did this evening. In last place, predictably enough, Jason Donovan and Jack D with 19 points. In second place, just 1 point ahead, Sarah Green and Alan Carr, 20 points. But the undisputed 80s champions, David Mitchell and Phil Jupitus, with 30 points. Come over here and collect your prize.
All right.
Well, that's it. A big thank you to our amazing panel, all our special guests, and thanks to you for watching at home. This has been the Big Fat Quiz of the 80s. Good night.
Our worst showing yet.
That was bad.
It was really bad.
You got 7 points.
7. That is our worst one.
That's We even lived then? Jeez. You know what I
You
mean?
lived then.
Barely.
A little bit.
I caught the ass end 80s. So, you know what? Hey, I didn't know I had to come out and just start writing shit down. So, that was my fault. Yeah.
But go down as one of the worst ones. I mean, honestly, I don't think it was even take our bad score out of the equation. I don't think it was one of the more entertaining ones. It was just kind of blah.
Well, yeah, I found the 6 people that barely remember the 80s.
Yeah.
If you did the 80s right, you didn't remember it.
Right,
That's
exactly.
the thing, right? So,
Anyway, watching. Thank you for your patronage, keeping the lights on.
Yes.
YouTube, consider subscribing, watching another video, support us via in our merch store. What else, Dana, man?
unplug and do something legendary, guys.
Yep, and we'll see y'all next time.
Later.